Hey everyone, today's going to be something a little different. As you can see, the screen looks a little different than usual. I've been thinking about a lot of different ideas, things outside of like just playing the game, right? When I look at a lot of other Hearthstone streamers and YouTubers, 95% of them, they're just playing the game, which is fine, right? But I want to do more. I want to do other fun things. And one thing I've always liked watching, not just with Hearthstone, but just in general, is tier lists. I think they encourage, fun discussions and just allow people to see different like point of views and just, specifically with this one, not everyone has played with some of these keywords, right? I've talked in the past a bit about some keywords that were especially good or especially bad. So I thought this would be a pretty fun one to start out with. Basically, I'll be doing a tier list of all the keywords in the game. I won't be doing evergreen keywords, so things like taunt, divine shield, things like that. I do have a couple here that are evergreen keywords now, but they started off as expansion keywords. And we'll get to those, but I actually I put a lot more work into this than I expected. Basically, I made a whole presentation going over where I have a slide for each keyword just to quickly talk about when it came out, how many cards are involved with it, and highlighting some key cards for that. So while we kind of wait for people to come in, and the second part of the stream is I will be playing with viewers. So actually, let me post a link for that right now. But basically, if you're interested in playing with me, join the Discord. I'll be posting a link in just a second. All right, so there is a link to the Discord. Join if you haven't already. And like I said, I'll be playing with you guys this stream. So if you have any fun ideas for, decks you want to play or styles of whatever, we can go sweaty and play for real, or we can play fun decks or fun strategies. Kind of leaving up to you guys. Going forward in the future, I might set some, specific like deck building restrictions. I think that'd be fun. And I talked a bit about it on the Discord already. We were tossing around some ideas, but basically, as I wait for people to come in, figure we'll do this tier list. But yeah, like I said, I want to try new things. I want to do things other than just playing the game, and I have a lot of ideas that I'm kind of working on and considering, and this was one. So if it goes well, maybe every Thursday I was thinking I'll do a different tier list, and I have some ideas for some serious ones like this, and then I have some ideas for some fun ones too. So but anyways, like I said, I made a whole slideshow here just because I know some of the people watching me haven't been playing that long, or since some of these keywords have been a thing, so they might not know what the keywords do or some of the popular cards from at the time. So we're just gonna go in alphabetical order, and we start off with a doozy. Start off with Adapt. So Adapt came out in Journey to Ungoro in 2017, so about halfway through the game's lifespan. It was only on 17 cards, so wasn't that big of a keyword. Basically, for those who don't know, when you play something with an Adapt, you would basically get 3 choices on the screen. And here I have all the choices available. So it'd be like little bonuses, so Divine Shield, Wind Fury, like some keywords, or basically, an attack buff, a health buff, +1/+1, Death Rattle to summon some plants. Have some examples here. Probably the most famous one and the best one by far was Vicious Fledgling. Vicious Fledgling was an incredibly strong card. It was one of those cards where if you dropped this on turn 3 and your opponent didn't have an answer for it, it could just be game ending. The god roll was essentially hit face, hope you get Wind Fury, and then you could hit their face again and get a second adapt, which, stealth was usually the one you want to pick, and then it just snowballs from there. Volcanosaur was the freebie card, I believe. How before every expansion launches, they give you a free card that kind of teases the expansion. If I remember right, Volcanosaur was the freebie. Other than that, there wasn't a whole lot of adapt cards that were played. The hunter one here sometimes You know, you could push damage with the attack or the Wind Fury or things like that. But overall, I don't think it's a very good keyword. It's very forgettable. If I had to rank it, like I wonder if D is too harsh. um, Actually, I'm gonna stick with D, just because, like I said, I think it's very forgettable. In modern Hearthstone, you don't see adapt at all, and even when adapt was a thing, there was only a couple cards that were played. So I wouldn't say it's trashed here. There is some here that will be trashed here, but it's pretty near the bottom. Hey Tan, how's it going? So next up, we have Colossal, which Colossal's a pretty recent one. It's from Voyage to the Sunken City, which just, funny enough, it feels like it just came out like a couple sets ago, but it was 2022. There were 13 cards, so it was one per class and then 2 neutrals. And to me, this was a slam dunk. Colossal, for those that don't know, basically you would play the minion and then it would spawn some extra minions based on the Colossal count. So, Krakatoa would spawn the 2 claws, Blackwater Behemoth would spawn an extra little fish, and they all felt good to play. I would say out of these 13, I would say 12 saw play at some point or another. Pretty much all of them except for Ozumat, which was the other neutral one besides Neptulon. Pretty much all of them, but as Ozumat saw play at some point. They all felt good to play. They were all pretty strong. Yeah, it's one of those mechanics I hope they bring back at some point, just because there's so much, there's so much they could do with it, So this one, I think I'll go A. I don't think it's quite S tier, but it's really, really good. I want to try and save S tier for like the 1 or 2 best of the bunch, but Colossal is very, very good in my opinion. And if it ever came back, I would be very happy. Next up's Corrupt. Corrupt I've talked about recently because I did some old god streams, and the one that was dedicated to N'Zoth, I ended up playing like a Corrupt Warlock deck. So basically it came out in Madness the Dark Moon Fair in 2020. And the idea was that the Corrupt effect, once you played a card that cost more than that card, the Corrupt effect would take over. So for Ring Toss, for example, right? The base card is Discover a Secret and Corrupt it. But once you play a 5-cost card or more while this is in your hand, it upgrades to Discover 2 instead. So they were cards that, you could play them in the earlier game, but if you held them and got the Corrupt off by playing a more expensive card, it got much, much better. It has some examples here. Ticketus is probably the most famous one. People either loved or hated Ticketus. You pretty much never played this without corrupting it, but when you did corrupt it, it basically burned the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, which that effect has gotten a little more common in recent years, but at the time, that was very unheard of, and it's very tilting, as you can imagine. Ring Toss Insight. Strongman was played, especially like in Warlock. Corrupt, I would say, was mostly a Warlock mechanic, so it might have been a failure in that regard. But a common play with Warlock would be to play Twisting Nether, which would wipe the board, and then because Twisting Nether was cost 8, it would corrupt the Strongman, which makes him cost 0. So you could essentially Twisting Nether to wipe your opponent's board, and then play Strongman for free. So you have like a follow-up, a 6/6 taunt for free. Yeah, and it's very strong. So you basically wouldn't just waste your whole turn wiping their board and doing nothing. Carnival Clown had some combos. I think it was a good mechanic. Like I said, it maybe wasn't that successful in the sense that only Warlock really played it. The others kind of dabbled in it. But I think it's a B. I'd be happy if Corrupt came back. Yeah, Tan, like you said, Corrupt mainly only saw play in Warlock. But like these 2 cards here, for example, Ring Toss, Insight, those cards were played in Warlock, in Mage and Priest. But Warlock was the only one that really like dedicated its deck to Corrupt for sure. So some mechanics are very good in, getting like widespread use. Corrupt is not an example of that, but I really liked Corrupt. I like Warlock, so I'm gonna go with B there. Next up, we have Dredge, another fairly recent one. This one's from Voyage of the Sunken City in 2022. And basically, you look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck and you pick one to put on top. It's pretty simple. It was on 22 cards. And personally, I think this is a great mechanic. This is another one that I hope, I don't know, because Dredge is very, like water themed. So I don't know how easy it'd be to bring this mechanic back, but I hope they do, because it reminds me of some similar mechanics in like Magic the Gathering. And it just, I don't know, I'm all about like card selection. Dredge was played in many of the classes, From the Depths was nerfed because it was so strong. Gone Fishing was played until it rotated. Harpoon Gun was also nerfed. Aquatic Form is still played in Wild and will probably be played until the end of time. Pretty much like every Druid deck in Wild starts with 28 cards because you just put 2 Aquatic Forms in. So yeah, Dredge just felt great. It was nice getting that card selection. There were other cards in Sunken City, that put cards in the bottom of your deck so you can combo them with Dredge. It just felt good. And like I said, it's one of those ones I really hope they bring back at some point. So that's easy A to me. Kind of funny these are both from the same set too. Next up, we have Echo. I'll be honest, if I if I had to name off all the keywords off my head by by memory, I would probably not think of Echo. I think Echo's very forgettable. But it debuted in the Witchwood 2018. And the idea was that when you played the card, it left a copy behind in your hand. So you could play, the card multiple times, right? It was a bit of a struggle to find some notable cards just because it wasn't really played much. Cheap Shot, there might be some future mechanic this year where they are and the other classes aren't. So it typically balances out. But basically Excavate, when you excavate a treasure, I'll get more in depth in Excavate because I feel like Excavate alone could warrant its own tier list, going over the treasures and things like that. But basically, you excavate and you get a common treasure, a rare treasure, an epic treasure, and a legendary treasure. Then it repeats back to common. Each tier has 4 options, I believe. Oh, hey, Chain. Am I going to play Pirate Rogue? I might try it today. We'll see. Maybe I could play it against you, maybe. But yeah, so there is a random element to Excavate, but it's also a controlled random because there's only 4 options, I believe, for each rarity. Personally, I think this mechanic is a slam dunk. And I think the one thing I do like about Finale is it adds decision making to kind of what you're doing, right? So really quick, let me... I'm gonna add some music because it feels like definitely quiet. Well, I'm used to like the Hearthstone music in the background at least. All right. Yeah, I do like Finale because it adds like decision making. You actually think about the order you play your cards and maybe even future turns, right? You might not want to play one of these cards on a certain turn because you want to wait for a later turn where you can finale it. So that aspect I like. Yeah, it was clunk, but at the same time, it also made some of these cards clunky. So I think for those reasons, I think it's B tier for me. Like, it adds interesting decision making to your plays, but it also feels clunky at times. I hope they bring this back because I feel like this could fit in so many different expansions and so many different circumstances. And a lot of the cards were played. I had much more than 5 that I could have listed here. Plenty of the Forge cards were played. I don't know. It just felt like again, any card that adds decision making to your plays, I'm all for. So I think Forge, A tier. Forge even might be S tier actually for me. I'm going S. I really, really like Forge. And it's like I said, it's a mechanic I hope they bring back at some point. Not sure. Is Frenzy next? Yep. So next we have Frenzy. Frenzy came out in Forge with the Barons 2021. There were 19 cards for it. And the idea of it was if the minion took damage but didn't die, it would have an effect that would happen one time. So, for example, the Efficient Octobot here, it's a 3-mana 1/4. And if it took damage but didn't die, it would reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. So, I'll be honest, this is another example of one where I struggled to kind of find 5 playable cards or 5 notable cards for it, because there were some good ones. Efficient Octobot, the Stone Maul, Blade Master Samuro, those were played. These two, more like meme cards, and the rest weren't really played. So, it was a cool idea. It just felt bad, right? It felt bad if the Frenzy minion died to hard removal, or if it got killed in one shot, and didn't get the Frenzy trigger. So, yeah, it sucks when there's a mechanic like that you don't always get the payoff for, right? So, I think Frenzy's like a C. It's not as bad as Adapt and Echo. Like, it actually had some playable cards, but it didn't feel great. I don't know what's going on. All right. So Honorable Kill, Fractured in Alterac Valley, 2021. The idea of this was if you dealt exact lethal damage with this card, you'd get a bonus. So this one is kind of similar to Finale in the sense that it added decisions to your plays, right? You had to think about what order you played your cards, and you had to think about how you damage things, maybe even plan future turns. So I'm all for that. Once again, any cards that add decision making, I'm all for. And there was quite a bit of cards that were used. All of these cards were played, and there was even more that I didn't list here. So I think it was pretty good. I don't think it was like A tier or anything, but yeah. Just double checking here, like Forge is S. Yeah. Honorable Kill is B, I'd say. It felt good. Like, it felt good to set up the honorable kills. So yeah. And then we have Infuse, fairly recent, Murder at Castle Nathria 2022. The idea was, it would be infused with a number, and once that amount of minions died while this card was in your hand, the infuse would trigger. So say Frozen Touch, for instance, there's a 2-mana 3 damage spell, but if 3 minions died while 3 of your minions died while this was in your hand, it would return, add it back to your hands. And as a result, Infuse resulted in a very board-centric meta. Sire Denathrius was nerfed. It used to be Infuse 1, and the first month of this expansion, pretty much every deck was running Denathrius, and every deck was very board-based and revolved around, buffing up Denathrius and finishing people with Denathrius. Especially Bran was in standard at the time, so Druid had Guff as well. So Druid was the main deck playing Denathrius, and they could brand Denathrius in one turn with the additional mana. But a lot of cards, a lot of cards used Infuse. A lot of the Infuse cards were used. It resulted in a more board-based meta, which I liked a lot. Sometimes, especially like right now, I feel like the game has strayed from that a lot. The more board-based metas feel more like old school Hearthstone. Yeah, Sire was so good. Yeah. I kind of wish they reverted the nerf when he rotated. I feel like they could have reverted him back to 1 and he would have been fine. But a lot of different cards played. Infuse cards. There's even multiple. Again, there was more examples here than I could have listed. There was the 5-mana one, I think, that once you infused it, drew you more cards. That was played in a bunch. Just overall, it was a pretty good mechanic. Like I said, encouraged a board-based meta, which I'm all for. I wouldn't say it's quite A, but I'd say B. I feel like it's like top of B, almost A. Next up, we have Inspire. Incredibly forgettable, I will say right off the bat. Inspire was from the Grand Tournament, which was very, very early on in the game. It was the third or fourth set to come out. And the idea was that Inspire would trigger when you used your hero power. So it was basically, if the card stayed alive, it was a repeatable effect. You could keep getting, value off of every turn. And funny enough, some of these cards have been changed since they released. Both of these cards now have Battlecry and Inspire, but up until recently, they were just Inspire. But they were played, Tournament Medic looks like a trash card to modern Hearthstone. But back in the day, it was used in Priest. It was a way to basically heal 4 with your hero power. And with the 8 health, it was kind of sticky. Murloc Knight was played in like Tempo Paladin decks. Spawn of Shadows actually helped Reno Priests finish people off. Thunder Bluff was played. I feel like I'm defending the keyword here because it's shit. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. It didn't feel very good, and it's understandable, right? When it was very early on in Hearthstone, so they were still kind of like finding their footing and experimenting. So I don't think it's like not Adapt Echo bad, but it's Frenzy bad. Yeah. Next up, we got Invoke. I would say Invoke is honestly one of my favorite mechanics of all time. I love build around cards, and that's what Galakron was, right? You built your deck around Galakron, and you had this big payoff. But it released in Descent of Dragons in 2019. There was 17 cards with it, and then it tied into the 5 Galakrons for Priest, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, and Warrior. And basically, and this is another mechanic I feel like I can make its own tier list for, but each class had their own, because it says Invoke, use Galakron's power. Each class had their own effect. So Priest, if I remember right, it added a random Priest minion to your hand. Rogue, it added a Lackey to your hand. Shaman, it summoned a 2/1 Rush, I believe. Warlock summoned 2 1/1 Imps, and Warrior gave your hero +2 or +3 attack. I forget what. But pretty much all the Galakrons were played. At one point or another, Priest, Rogue, and Warlock were the more popular ones, but Shaman and Warrior were played to some extent. Yeah, it felt great. Like I said, I love build around cards and things like that. So to me, honestly, Invoke's S tier. Galakron is some of my favorite cards ever released, and I'm going to go back at some point and do some streams dedicated to Galakron. So looking forward to that. Next up, we have Magnetic. Magnetic is one of those ones that started off with the Boomsday Project in 2018, and is now it's not officially evergreen, but it has shown up in other sets. So there were 12 Magnetic cards originally, and then since then there's been 12 more cards added. As recently as Titans last year, there was more Magnetic cards added. And the idea of it, you play this minion to the left of a mech and it will merge with the mech. And I understand Magnetic is a pretty good mechanic. I have never been a huge fan of it personally. Ziliax is probably the most famous example of it. But it is strong, especially right now, like Mech Rogue, right, is a thing, and Magnetic is very strong there. To me, it's just a solid B tier. This could vary depending on people to people, but yeah, I think it's okay. I've never been a huge fan of it. Next up, we got Mana Thirst. Mana Thirst came out in March of the Lich King in 2022, and basically it had mana. The cards would have Mana Thirst plus a number, and once you had that amount of mana, the bonus effect would take place. So say Arcane Bolt, for example. Arcane Bolt was a 1 mana, deal 2 damage, but once you had 8 mana or more, it would deal 3 damage instead. So it was another example of those cards where you can play them early on for a weaker effect or hold them till later to a stronger effect. Rust, Echo all the way down. They should have printed more one-cost Echo cards. I do think Echo, there's more like room to explore with Echo for sure. But I said it a bit earlier in the stream that to me, Miniaturize is like Miniaturize is like upgraded Echo. Like I think Echo is like the Wish.com version of Miniaturize. So yeah, they definitely could have done better, but I think part of that is Echo did come out earlier in the game's life where, you know, they were still finding their footing, they were still experimenting with things. So who knows? Maybe they'll go back to it at some point. Nice Sports, how's it going? But yeah, Mana Thirst. So again, it was those cards that you know, they you could play them early on for one effect or save them for a stronger effect, and quite a bit of them were played. You know, there's these 5 here were all played. Astalor was the worst. I think this card was such a mistake, and I'm so glad it rotated. But there were more cards in this that were even played. You know, it was a pretty popular mechanic, and it felt pretty good, right? Again, any mechanic that leads to like decision making, you know, you think like, do I play this now and get a worse effect, or can I afford to wait and play it later? I think that's a plus. So, I think it's a B. If it wasn't for Astalor, it'd maybe be an A for me, but Astalor takes it down a peg. And yeah, speaking of Miniaturize, this one is obviously the most recent keyword, just came out with Whizbang's Workshop. There is only 18 cards so far. I would imagine the mini set that's coming out probably next month, there'll probably be more Miniaturized, so this will probably go up to like 22 or 24 or something like that. But it was similar to Echo in the sense that you play a Miniaturized card, it leaves behind a copy in your hand, but that copy is a 1-mana 1/1. So it's pretty cool how some cards utilize that. Like I think Window Shopper, love it or hate it, is the best example of that, where, you know, the first time you play Window Shopper, there's certain minions that are really good to pick. And then when you play the Miniaturized version, there's some of the minions that were good to pick with the first one aren't good to pick with the second one. So both cards are kind of treated differently in that sense. Most of the other Miniaturized cards don't really act that way, but I think that's a cool design space that they maybe should explore some more. But Miniaturize is one mechanic that on paper, so during like the reveal season, I thought it seemed like a miss. I thought it seemed like Echo. I thought it seemed just not interesting. But then once I started playing the cards, I think it's great. I think it's a really, really good mechanic. I don't know how well they could adapt this to other expansions, but pretty much every Miniaturized card I've played, it just feels good. So to me, Miniaturize is an A. Depending what comes out with the mini set, this could even go up to an S for me. But I think it's an easy A. Also, it's a very new keyword, so who knows? Maybe I'm just it's just because it's new. But next up, we have Overkill. I will say right off the bat, Overkill is a pretty forgettable mechanic too. As you can see, I couldn't even find 5 cards to list here. But it did come out in Rosticon's Rumble in 2018, and the idea was if you dealt you know, more damage to something than it had health, that the Overkill effect would trigger. So say Totemic Smash, right? 1 mana, deal 2 damage. If you killed something that had 1 life with this, it would trigger the Overkill, which is summon a basic totem. Oh, Branislav, you're 100% right. That logic, yeah, also applies to the Paladin miniature. Which, yeah, the first half and the second half, they're used for like different purposes. You know, the first half is probably used on one of your minions, and the second half is used usually on an opponent's minion. So yeah, you're 100% right. That's a really good example. And I think that's cool, right? Like them having different circumstances and scenarios. But yeah, Overkill, like I said, I couldn't even find a 5th card that I felt justified a spot here. You know, Blast Wave was played a little bit, if anything, because it would be discovered. Totemic Smash and Baited Arrow saw some fringe play, and Linecracker to this day still sees play. It has a combo with Druid and Wild, but very forgettable mechanic, and didn't feel that great. I'd say it's C. I don't think it's as bad as Adapt or Echo. But yeah, Frenzy, Inspire, Overkill, I think that'd put them all in the same boat. Yeah, Sports, you kind of like the idea of Overkill, but the rewards they printed were low power. That is true, right? There is some of these keywords here that maybe the problem isn't necessarily the keyword, but the execution of it. So if they were printed with some stronger or better cards, the keywords actually might be decent. That is right. Especially some of these keywords here are from older sets. And now that, you know, the power level in the game with the power creep, who knows? They could print some more modern cards with these keywords and they would be better. And yeah, Branislav, yeah, like I said, miniaturize. Depending on the mini set, I think miniaturize could go to S tier for me. It just feels really, really good. And I don't know if that's because it's new or not, but I really like it. Next up, we have Quest. This one, I feel like people will be very divided on. Quests originally came out in Journey to Ungoro in 2017, pretty early in the game. And the idea was that, you know, this card always starts in your hand and you play it, and it has this condition you need to work towards throughout the game, and you get a big reward once you complete it. And there were 9 cards printed originally. You know, there's 1 for each class. And then I forget which set, but there was another set later on that, again, released a quest for everyone. And like I said, love them or hate them. Some of these quests people are very divided on, but many of them saw play. You know, more often than not, the quests were played at some point. There were some that were kind of misses, but, you know, I got some examples here of some that were played. The Caverns Below was nerfed multiple times, I believe. It was very, very strong. Open the Waygate is still a menace in Wild to this day. Like the rest of these, Awaken the Masters, the Shaman and Warlock ones were just, they weren't like overpowered or anything, but they just felt good, you know? So they definitely varied. Some of the quests missed, never really saw play. Most of the quests were decent and saw some play, and then there were some that were just very, very overpowered, like the Rogue and Mage quests. I am surprised to this day. This card was nerfed. If I remember right, I think this started off as cast 6 spells that didn't start in your deck. But I'm surprised that the reward has never been nerfed. Because think about it, this card came out in 2017, and it's still competitive in Wild to this day, which shows you how strong it is. So, love them or hate them. I think quests are A. You know, they feel good to play. It feels cool to have that reward that you're slowly building up to and having that big payoff. So, yeah, some of them are better than others, but I think overall it's an A. Oh, Sports, it was cast 6? Okay, so I'm not remembering wrong. So similarly, we have quest lines, which quest line started in United and Stormwind. They've only come out one time. You know, there's 10 of them so far. I would imagine they're going to come out with another set sometime in the future, just like they have with the original quests. It's basically the same idea as the original quests, but they had multiple steps. So instead of having one big reward, it had like a small reward, and you kept going to a medium reward, and you kept going to like a larger reward. So I feel like right off the bat, it's also an A. They're very, very similar to quests. Just the rewards are a bit more broken up. And again, a lot of them saw play. You know, these 5 listed here all saw play. Some of them still see play to this day in Wild. And there was more that I didn't list here that were or are still played. So yeah, I think both quests, they kind of go together, right? Both quests and quest lines, I think are A. Easy to me. And yeah, the Demon Seed. This is a card I actually don't own, funny enough, but I do want to craft and play at some point. Because this is received, and it's funny, some of these quests, both the quests and the quest line, some of them have just got better over time too, as they've got more support. But I think both easy A. Quick Draw. Quick Draw I'm very divided on. Basically, it came out last year in Showdown in the Badlands. It's still standard legal, and the effect is if the card enters your hand that turn, you get a bonus effect. So whether you drew it that turn or you generated that turn, it has some kind of bonus effect. And I feel like Quick Draw is kind of the opposite of Miniaturize in that on paper, Quick Draw looked really good and looked really fun. But in practice, I think it just feels bad. You know, it sucks having a Quick Draw card in your opening hand. Or it sucks, you know, drawing a Quick Draw card when you don't need it or you don't want it. Kind of similar to, you know, like Overkill or like Frenzy, right? Like the fact that under certain circumstances, you could just not get the reward. That sucks, right? And you could say the same about Honorable Kill, but you had some influence on Honorable Kill. You could affect minions and kind of, you know, get things to trigger Honorable Kill, right? Frenzy, Overkill, Quick Draw, you could just lose due to bad luck. So while it's an interesting mechanic, I think it fell flat. And like to me, outside of Rogue, like outside of Stick Up, I know Stick Up technically isn't a Quick Draw card, but I included it because it, you know, it's essentially is. But outside of Stick Up and like Flint, I think Quick Draw feels bad, which is too bad because it's an interesting idea. Aaron, yeah, it's cool because it's on theme with the set. Oh, 100%. Like the flavor is definitely there. But yeah, the mechanic just kind of falls flat. So I feel like C is too harsh. I'll go B, but I feel like it's at the bottom. It's almost a C. Or is it a C? Actually, I'm going to put it C. Because, like I said, it is very similar to... I'd actually go D with Inspire. I feel like Adapt, Echo, and Inspire are all totally forgettable. So those are D. But Frenzy, Overkill, and Quick Draw are all the same in the sense that you could just not get the effect due to pure luck, right? Most of these, like, you at least get the effect or you have some influence on getting the effect. But these you can just lose due to bad luck, which feels bad. So yeah. We'll put it at C and we'll move Inspire down to D. Next up, we have Recruit. Right off the bat, I know Oaken Summons was updated to not say Recruit. It's still a Recruit card in my mind. But it came out in Kobolds and Catacombs in 2017. And the idea was that it pulled a minion from your deck. So Possessed Lackey, when it died, it would pull a minion from your deck onto the board. The Hunter version, when you played it, both the Battle Cry and the Death Rattle would pull a beast from your hand, or sorry, your deck onto the board. And it was decent enough that some of these cards were meta-defining or nerfed. You know, Possessed Lackey was meta-defining. Back when Cube Warlock was a thing, this was one of the key cards. Call to Arms was nerfed. And I think to this day, Call to Arms is still played in Wild, I believe. Oaken Summons still played to this day in Wild. I put Master Oakheart here because there were some combos with this at one point. I forget if it was Warlock or what class, but there was some combos with this that you'd play Master Oakheart and it would pull, you know, the specific minions you want onto the board and would do some kind of combo. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Like I said, the fact that a lot of these cards were literally, and there's only 10 cards. Only 10 cards had Recruit, and multiple of them were meta-defining or still played to this day. So, I think it's a B. I don't think it's quite an A. It's just in the middle. It's a good keyword. It didn't get much use though. Only 10 cards. But of those 10 cards, a lot of them were played. And some of them, like I said, were meta-defining or still played to this day. I think it's just shy of an A, though. I think it's like high B or something. And yeah, Sports, you are right that there has been cards printed since that functionally are Recruit, but they don't say Recruit. There was even one printed in Whizbang's workshop. And then, yeah, they just rotated Oaken Summons back into core. And for whatever reason, they reworded the card. So now it doesn't say Recruit a minion that costs 4 or less. It says summon a minion from your deck that costs 4 or less. So I don't know. I don't know what the logic is there, if they're worried about players getting confused or something. But yeah, they have functionally reprinted Recruit, just without the actual Recruit keyword. So yeah, I think it's B. Even like a high B. Like I said, it's almost an A. Side quests. So side quests came out in Descent of Dragons in 2019. They're basically like baby quests. So they don't start in your opening hands. They're easier to trigger, but they also have a weaker reward. So and also the fact that they're not legendary, you can put 2 of them in your deck, right? So you could put 2 versus 1. Easier to complete, weaker reward. Like I said, it's like baby quests. There's only 8 printed, funny enough. When I was looking into this, I thought I remember there being more. But there's only 8 printed. There's 2 for, 2 for only 4 classes. Only Paladin, Druid, Mage, and Hunter got side quests. So I almost wouldn't be surprised if they came back for the other classes at some point. But they were okay. You know, obviously, they didn't feel as good as quests. They weren't as strong as quests. But they're okay. You know, these weren't like core cards or meta defining or anything like that. But they were just fine. I think it's a B. That's like the definition of a B, right? It's not amazing. It's not bad. It's just okay. And I can see this coming back at some point, like I said, for the other classes. There's definitely a lot of design space there. Next up, we have Spellburst. Spellburst came out in Scholomance Academy in 2020. And the idea was that the first time you cast a spell, and it did some effect. So Goody 2 Shields, I remember, was played quite a bit. There's a 3 mana 4/2 with Divine Shield. And then when you cast a spell, it would get Divine Shield again. Or Firebrand was played a lot. Honestly, when I was looking and I was getting cards for this, much more than there's much more options I could have picked here. There were 24 cards with Spellburst. I feel like 10 or 12 of them at least saw decent amounts of play. All of these here, sports. Yeah, Penflinger was nerfed because Penflinger originally was deal 1 damage to anything. So Paladin could, Penflinger your face, and then the Librams were a thing at the time. So they would keep, casting 0-cost Librams, bouncing the Penflinger, slowly shooting you in the face and killing you. So it was nerfed, funny enough. In hindsight, it's so funny that was actually a deck. But Forest Warden is still played to this day in combo druids. I don't know how many others are still played, but at least at the time, they were good. And it felt good because you had some selection over when you wanted the effect to trigger, right? Some of the times you would just play the card and play a spell right away to trigger it. But some other times you would play a card and then, hope it lived to the next turn to trigger the spell burst. So it was nice having that that choice over, when it triggers. I don't think it's A tier. I got Colossal, Dredge, Excavate, Miniaturize, Questline. Yeah, it's not A tier, but it's B tier. Yeah, and I feel like this is a mechanic they could very easily bring back as well. It's very neutral in the sense that it's not thematically tied to the expansion, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this came back at some point. Next up, we have Titan, which came out in Titans. But Titan itself is a keyword. And the keyword basically just explains how the card works. You don't attack with the Titans. Instead of attacking, you have 3 abilities that you can use. And every time you use one of those abilities, it gets turned off. And then, eventually if you use all 3 abilities, which I feel like I can count on one hand how many times this has happened. But eventually, if you do use all 3 abilities, it kind of just attack like a normal minion. And I thought this set keyword was great. To my knowledge, I have to double check, but off the top of my head, I think every single Titan was played at some point or another. I think the ones I picked here were just the most obvious ones, but let me see actually. I feel like all of them were played. Not as much, but it has seen play. Played. Again, not as much, but it has seen play. Played. Not as much, but it did see some play. Yeah. So pretty much all the Titans saw play at some point or another. It just feels good. It feels like you're playing this big minion that, the opponent has to deal with, or you just get so much value over multiple turns with. Yeah, I I think Titan might be S tier for me. Like every Titan just feels good to play. I'm gonna be sad when they rotate. Yeah, and it's just a cool idea. Like I said, it almost feels like you're playing this big raid boss minion that just spirals out of control. They don't deal with it. So yeah, I think it's S tier to me. It's really good. Next up, we have Twin Spell, which kind of a little bit forgettable. Sports Titans surprised me. I didn't think they would make it in Wild. Yeah, and that's like a measure of how good something is, right? If it's good enough to still see play in Wild, like it's pretty successful, pretty strong, right? But we have Twin Spell. Twin Spell came out in Rise of Shadows in 2019, and it's basically Echo, but for spells, and it would only trigger once. So you would use the spell, and a copy would stay back in your hand that you could play a second time. And it was only in 11 cards, funny enough. Kind of similar to the side quests. It was only for 4 classes, and they printed 11 cards, and they ranged. You know, the 4 here saw some play, but some of them weren't really played. Like, I don't think it deserves a C. It kind of sucks for Twin Spell because I feel like there's so much untapped potential there. Like, I'm so surprised that they only released 11 cards for it in 2019 and nothing since. So, I feel like if there were more cards released with Twin Spell, I think it would be a much... That's why I don't feel good putting it in C. Because I feel like it's not a bad mechanic. It just wasn't fleshed out enough. So, yeah. In terms of like how much play it saw, it's probably C tier. But in terms of the mechanic itself, I think it's a B tier. It just didn't see it. Like, it didn't get enough use, you know? Yeah, Sports, like I said, Twin Spell, I'm surprised they've never printed more Twin Spell cards. Because Twin Spell, again, is a very neutral keyword in the sense that it can be thrown into like any expansion, right? It's not tied to like the theme of the expansion. So super surprised they never printed more cards for this. But I think B. I don't think it deserves to be C. It's not bad. It just didn't get very fleshed out. And yeah, like you said, exactly. The keyword itself is good. They just didn't print enough cards, period. There's only 11 for 4 classes, and they just didn't print enough good cards. But I feel bad. I don't think it deserves to be C. So next up are 3 keywords that they actually are evergreen now, but they started off as expansion keywords. So like I said, I'm not covering evergreen keywords like Divine Shield, Taunt, Stealth, like things like that. But there is a few keywords that they used to be expansion exclusive. They launched with an expansion, but then they did really well, and now they're kind of used all over the place. So the first example of that is Dormant. Dormant originally came out with Ashes of Outland in 2020. And the idea of Dormant is, you know, you play it and it's a minion that it takes up a space on the board, but it can't be interacted with. And then after X amount of turns, it wakes up and it's now a minion at that point. So when it first came out in Ashes of Outlands, there was 11 cards. I believe each class got 1, and there was 1 neutral card. And there's basically, so all the ones I grabbed here are from Ashes of Outland, the original ones. So, and like, I'll be honest, Dormant doesn't feel that good to me. You know, some of the cards, like all the cards here did see play. I think the Scrap Imp was nerfed, if I remember right. Imprisoned Felmaw was pretty strong early on in the expansion. Imprisoned Satyr saw some play with like some combo decks. The Demon Hunter one was very, very strong as well. This card was also nerfed, I believe. And yeah, Imprisoned Vilefiend was just like an okay card that was played sometimes as like, I don't know, like the 30th card in a deck. But I don't know, me personally, I don't think it feels that good to play. Although I will say that since Ashes of Outland, they've printed 27 Dormant cards. I think they've explored the design space a lot more and better since then. You know, there's cards nowadays that they're dormant, but while they're dormant, they actually do something. And that was what sucked about these early ones, right? You would play a card and it does nothing. And then the next turn, it does nothing. And then the next turn, it finally does something. And it just felt bad to play. But some of the more modern dormant cards, like I said, they actually do stuff while they're dormant. You know, like the new Magtheridon, it does damage every turn. There's the one card that while it's dormant, it gives you a dream card at the end of every turn. So I think dormant started as a C or maybe even a D. Like, I did not really like it in Ashes of Outland, but I think they've really improved on the formula. I think some of the more recent dormant cards are much more interesting, and it's just a B. It's just fine to me. Yeah, if we're talking early dormant, it's C or D. Modern dormant, I would say it's a B. Next up, we have Reborn. So Reborn came out in Saviors of Uldum in 2019, and the idea is that, you know, the minion, when it dies, it comes back to life with 1 health remaining. And there were 17 cards printed originally, and since then they've printed 21 more. Dormant started as an S tier, the Darkness. Oh, I think that's the neutral card I was thinking of. Let me go back here. I think originally there was 1 card for each class, and then there was 1 neutral card, which I think must have been the Darkness, right? So yeah, maybe it should get bumped up because of the Darkness. But yeah, Reborn, like I said, it was 17 cards originally. It's now evergreen, so it's used here and there all over the place, and there's been 21 cards printed since. And I think it feels pretty good. These all here, I believe, are from the original Saviors of Uldum. Actually, no, this one's from a little later. Actually, so was this one. But yeah. Dave, did I get to miniaturize yet? I did. Miniaturize is A tier to me. I think it's great. And I basically said that depending what happens with the mini set, miniaturize could go to S tier for me. Like, I think miniaturize feels good to play. It leads to some interesting like design or like choices, you know, during the game. So it's an A tier, easy for me, and it's almost S. If there's some cool miniaturized cards that come out in the mini set, it's S tier for me. But back to Reborn. There's a lot of cards that Reborn cards that were played. All of these saw play at some point or another. Funny enough, 2 of these cards went into Res Priest, which some people either love or they hate. Personally, I think Res Priest drives me crazy. Yeah, it almost doesn't even have like a real win condition. It's basically just bore your opponent to death and slowly, you know, annoy them. But it's a fine mechanic. I think it is a mechanic that was worth making evergreen. Like, you can any kind of like undead and stuff, you can just, now that undead is like a tribe they're reusing more often, it makes sense to have Reborn, especially with like Death Knight as a class, right? So I understand why it's evergreen. And yeah, it's just fine. I think it's B. And then last but not least, we have Tradable, which Tradable came out in United and Stormwind. Funny, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago that it came out, 2021. And the idea with Tradable, you know, you drag the card to your deck, you spend 1 mana to put it back in your deck and draw another card in its place. And like, before I even explain things, Tradable is S tier to me. Like, easy. I don't need to think about it. Like, Tradable might be the best keyword on this entire list to me. It's so simple too. You know, there's so many cards that like, think throughout the history of the game, right? There's been so many cards over time that were so close to seeing play, whether it be tech cards or just like niche cards, or cards that just you know, were almost good enough, right? You throw Tradable on it, it's a fine card. You know, if Viper didn't have Tradable, it wouldn't be played. And that's like the perfect example of a Tradable card. Taking some kind of tech card, tagging on a little bonus to it, and yeah, it feels good. You know, if you don't need it at the time, cycle it, use it as draw. Yeah, because how many times have you put cards in your deck, like tech cards, right, or certain cards that they're just dead draws? They just sit in your hand and they just take up space and they do nothing. But at least they're tradable. Toss it back in your deck. Get something else. So it's a very simple keyword, but I think it's so useful, and I'm so glad that they made it evergreen. Because there were 22 cards printed originally. I think it was just like last year they made it evergreen, and there's been 17 cards printed since. I do think it's cool too when they tag on like extra effects to the tradable. So say the Blackwater Cutlass, you know, every time you trade it, it reduces a spell in your hand by 1. So the tradable is essentially free. That's cool. Wicked Shipment, and there's also a pre-spell like this where, you know, you trade it and it makes it stronger. I think that's cool. So it's interesting that there's, yes, on paper, tradable is very simple. You know, pay 1 mana to swap it for a card in your deck. But there's also more to the design space. And I'm glad they made it evergreen. Like I said, I think easy S tier for me. But yeah, that is everything. I will say, I realized right before the stream that I forgot Joust, because Joust technically isn't a keyword. There's not a keyword that says, you know, Battlecry Joust, right? But it was an effect in the Grand Tournament. You look here. Let me find one. Yep. So King's Elec is an example. So Joust was, you would play the card, and then, you know, each person reveals a minion from their deck or a card from their deck, and whatever one costs more, it does something. So King's Elec, you know, reveal a minion from each deck. If yours costs more, you draw it. What else was there? Tuskar Jouster, same thing. If yours costs more, you restored health to your hero. There was a handful of them. But anyways, it's not like an official keyword because there was no, you know, Joust. But if there was, that's F tier. I'm actually surprised I didn't put any in F. I guess I need it. But yeah, so I guess going over quickly, S tier for me, Forge. Forge feels super, super good. I hope they use it more. I think Forge is like, it could be evergreen. I think Forge can just fit in everywhere. Invoke. I loved Invoke. Galakron, some of my favorite cards ever released. I will be dedicating some streams to Galakron at some point. Titan, slam dunk. Titans are supposed to feel like these big, strong cards, and they accomplish that 100%. Tradable, like I said, it's very simple but very effective. A tier, basically these are ones that were great to play. Would be nice if they came back. Saw lots of play. You know, Colossal Dredge. Dredge is almost S tier for me, actually. Colossal Dredge, Excavate, Miniaturize, Quest, and Quest lines. Bees are just fine. You know, they're not amazing. They're not bad. They're just kind of middle of the road. So we got Corrupt, Finale, Honorable Kill, Infuse, Magnetic, Mana Thirst, Recruit, Side Quest, Spell Burst, Twin Spell, Dormant, and Reborn. C, the idea of the C's were they were okay effects, but there were circumstances where you could just not get the effect. So we have Frenzy, Overkill, Quick Draw. They're all very similar in that they required very specific circumstances to get their benefit. And there were times where they would just do nothing. If anything, most of the time, they would just do nothing. That just felt really bad. And then D are just bad and forgettable to me. So we got Adapt, Echo, and Inspire. Funny enough, these are all from earlier expansions. I think it shows, you know, the... 1, they've got better at designing cards. 2, the power level has increased. But yeah, that's I've thought about doing this for a while. That's how I'd place them all. If you guys have any ideas, like I said, I think I would like to do this more going forward. I want to do more than just gameplay. You know, you look around on YouTube and on Twitch, you look at Hearthstone, and 95% of people, they're just playing the game, right? Which is fine. You know, a lot of people, that's all they want to watch. But I want to branch out some more. I want to do other side things still related to Hearthstone. I've got a lot of ideas. Basically, I got some ideas for, making myself play the game in some challenging ways in person. Like the tier list, I got some other ideas. But yeah, I just want to branch out, try some different stuff. So if this does well, maybe I'll do some more in the future. But if you guys have any ideas, I have some ideas for some tier lists already for some more ones. Some of them are serious, like this one, but then some other are more fun, more jokey. So yeah, if you guys liked it, let me know. If you have any idea for future lists, let me know as well. But other than that, we are going to head into the game and I'm going to start playing with you guys. So if you haven't already, let me post it again. If you haven't already, join the Discord. That's where we're going to coordinate things. And yeah, if you have like a specific deck you want to play with me or a specific restriction, I'm all ears. Or we can just go sweaty and, just try hard. Let me just post my username in the Discord again. Yeah, other than that, how you guys all been doing? Did you see they released the patch notes actually for the update next week? Let me bring those up actually while we wait. Let me move this over. So yeah, most of this is Battlegrounds related. They're releasing the Battlegrounds duos next Tuesday, right? The 16th. I'm not a huge Battlegrounds player. Like I'll play it off and on, but I'll definitely try it out. And again, I want to play with you guys because I don't trust playing with randos. Yeah, Aaron, that's one reason. Like, I'll be honest, making that whole slideshow, it took me a lot. It was a lot more work than I expected it to be. It took me quite a while to put that together. But one reason I wanted to put it together was because not everyone has seen those old keywords, or not everyone has played those old keywords, right? So I wanted to give a bit more explanation. I wanted to explain, when they came out, what they did, some common cards. So yeah, you were exactly the person I had in mind when I did that. But anyways, Battlegrounds Duos is coming out. I'll play it with you guys because I don't trust randoms. Maybe next Thursday, we'll have to see. But most of these patch notes are related to that. You can see here Battlegrounds Duos, new Battlegrounds season, other new crap for Battlegrounds. But the thing you guys care about most, balance changes, which I'll be honest, I was a little underwhelmed. So balance changes, there's one. Umpire's Grasp is being increased from 3 mana to 4 mana. It's not the nerf I was expecting, I'll be honest. I thought they were going to increase the durability to 3, or maybe they would change the cost reduction to 1. So yeah, I will say though, I'm kind of happy because I think I have 2 gold sorry, I can't talk. I think I have 2 gold versions of this card. Let me see. Oh, I'm gonna be swimming in dust next week, guys. What are these? 400 each? 800 plus that? I need it. I only have 800 dust now. But I was hoping for a window shopper nerf. I have a gold one of those. That's 1600 dust. I'm very surprised they didn't nerf window shopper actually. I talked about it yesterday on stream, but the most likely nerf to me was bumping this up to 6 mana and maybe even bumping it down to 5 attack. So yeah, I'm very surprised there was no nerf there. Also, I don't envision them nerfing Magtheridon, but I hope they do because again, I got lucky and opened the gold one. So I'm sitting on a gold mine here, guys. Just nerf these cards, please. What's my favorite class, Tantan? It is Warrior by far. I am a control player. I like slow, grindy games, and that's basically what Warrior is, right? So Warrior and Warlock, I would say, are my two favorite classes. But yeah, Umpire's Grasp getting nerfed to 4 mana. Maybe, you know, I have said before that I think the nerfs for Paladin were too strong. So maybe it's good that they were a little more conservative with the nerfs, because this will hurt the class. Some people underestimate 1 mana nerfs. This will hurt the class, it will hurt the deck. But maybe it's better to do little nerfs at a time, right? Instead of just nuking the class from orbit like they did to Paladin. So maybe it's better that they took this approach. Other than that, Arena is refreshing. So little tip for you guys that don't know this, whenever an Arena season ends, if you have a run that is ongoing, it will end and they'll refund you a ticket. So what you want to do, if you want to maximize like your gold and your tickets and everything, start an Arena run right now, play it until you have 2 losses, and then just leave it. And then on Tuesday, when the Arena season resets, it'll end. You'll get the rewards for however many wins you got, but then you'll get a ticket too. So it's essentially a free Arena run, and you get the rewards. So little big brain tip for you guys. That's also one reason I have 21 tickets here, because every time that happens, I always start an Arena run and just get the ticket afterwards. Are Arena rewards good? Well, like I said, you essentially get to do it for free. You'll spend 150 gold to start the Arena run, but then you get a ticket afterwards, so it's essentially free. And yeah, depending, like at the very minimum, you get a pack. You get a pack and either some dust or some gold. So if you just lose the first 2 games and you go 0-2, you'll at least get a pack and like whatever, 20 dust or 20 gold or something like that. So it pays for itself essentially. And you get a ticket back. So yeah, like I said, start an Arena run, let it get to 2 losses, let it sit until Tuesday, and you'll get the ticket back and the rewards. Little pro tip for you guys. Tan, what server am I in? I'm in North America. What time is it resetting? Does it say here? It just says April 16th. Usually patches come out at like somewhere between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. So you have a week. Yeah, it's not till next Tuesday. Other than that, they talk about the next Twist season, which isn't until June, which is insane. I've been thinking about doing a video about Twist, just talking about the history of Twist, and I think some of the problems with the game mode, because it has so much potential. Twist has so much potential, and they just keep dropping the ball. And the fact that it's going MIA for 2 months again, it's crazy to me. Then they talk about another event coming. Basically, you'll be able to get 4 Whizbang packs and 2 standard packs, and then some Paladin skin. Heroic Tavern Brawl coming back. Don't waste your gold. It's so funny. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but they always bring back Heroic Tavern Brawl a week or 2 before the mini set releases. So they sucker everyone into spending their gold before the mini set releases. So then they buy the mini set with money instead of gold. So yeah, don't waste your gold. It's not worth it. A new animated skin, then just some changes and things like that. Actually, one I am happy about. Where is it? Oh, the original Whizbang, they reverted it so it uses like modern decks again. Basically, they changed it for Twist to use old decks, but they're reverting it back. So you'll actually be able to play Whizbang again in Wild and get new decks. So happy about that. All right. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what the Demon Hunter nerf does. I think it'll hurt the class for sure, but like I said, I'm happy they didn't just like nuke it. Also, I was rushing and didn't have the chance to eat dinner, so excuse me while I eat this croissant. Also, do you guys think I should have music playing all the time? I've been thinking about it. Normally, I only have music playing during like my intro and breaks and stuff like that. But I keep thinking about adding just some like subtle music while I play, instead of just the basic Hearthstone music. Hey Dave, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, you maybe hit the goal. Thanks, man. It's still kind of crazy to me that I hit affiliate already. Like, I'll be honest, when I first started streaming, because I've been doing it almost 3 months now. I think next week will be 3 months, and part of me thought I would never hit affiliate because if you look at the numbers, the average person doesn't hit affiliate. The average person never gets more than a couple viewers. So it's still kind of crazy to me that I was able to hit it at all, let alone a couple months in. And I've almost hit like the equivalent on YouTube as well. I'm like, I think I'm less than 50 subs away on YouTube from that as well. What bonus is there for this sub goal? I never thought about that, to be honest. I should set up some kind of goals, I guess, eh? I don't know. Do you have any idea? I'm still new to this. But yeah, if anyone wants to add me, I don't think I've got any ads yet. I posted my username on the Discord. Go ahead and add me. We can play some games. We could play serious, we could play fun. It's up to you guys. Oh, does Twitch give me anything for hitting the 10? No. The goals are more for you to just set. And like I said, yeah, I guess I should have had some kind of goal myself. Let me write that down, actually. But yeah, like I said, I want to do more than just playing the game. Is streaming your main thing? No, I have a full-time big boy job, unfortunately. So yeah, I work 8 to 5 every day, and then I stream after I work. But like I was saying, yeah, I want to branch out and do other things versus just gameplay. And one example, I guess I give you guys like a little hint. I've been thinking of different ideas, different ways to play the game, like physically, that would be a challenge. So one of them I thought of was seeing about maybe trying to make Hearthstone work with a flight stick. So I'm thinking about stuff like that. Like I said, I want to do fun stuff. I want to do different stuff. Obviously, still centered around Hearthstone, but more than just sitting here and playing the game. Because I don't know how many of you guys watch like Raren, for example. Raren, it's crazy because he hasn't been around that long in the grand scheme of things. He's only been streaming or doing YouTube for a couple years, I think, versus Hearthstone being out for 10 years. And I think he's the most watched YouTuber now for Hearthstone. And part of the reason is he does different stuff. He doesn't just play the game. He does all kinds of cool, like, quiz shows and trivias and like stuff like that. But like that's the secret there, right? Anyone can just stream the game and play the game, but I think Hearthstone's severely lacking in people just thinking outside the box and doing other things as well. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about and what I want to branch out over. Like, obviously I'm still going to play the game, but yeah, trying to think of other ideas too that I can turn into videos. Here, what I'll do, Chain, I'm not sure if you're here still or not. Let me grab that rogue deck you sent me yesterday. I could play that a bit, try that out while we wait, I guess. Tan, can we play Wild? Yeah, for sure. I've been playing since the game came out, and I never disenchant my cards. I play Wild quite a bit, so I got everything. And yeah, Aaron, like you said, yeah, he's very much a content creator, right? Not just a streamer. Which, like I said, I'm surprised that Hearthstone is kind of lacking in that regards. You know, when you look around YouTube and Twitch on Hearthstone, it's pretty much like, I could be like, obviously I don't know everyone doing it, right? But outside of Raren, almost everyone just seems like they're just playing the game. Like they're just doing what I'm doing, right? So I think there's a huge opportunity there to do other fun things with the game. Do I get money from gifted subs? Yep, I do. So I really appreciate it. Every dollar I'm making from this right now is just going to go back into this, right? I got a couple more upgrades I need to make and want to make, and say I want to buy a flight stick to play Hearthstone and I want to do stuff like that. Obviously it costs money, so yeah, I appreciate it. It looks like they brought the price for subs down. I know there was an update recently where they adjusted sub prices based on countries. So sub prices went up, some went down based on like the country and what their currency's valued at. But yeah, I don't think you're here, Chain, but I'm gonna try out that deck you sent me, I think. I don't know how this works. Something about abusing Goldbeard with, I don't know, Bloodsail Raider. Oh, I think you buff up. I think you buff up your Spectral Cutlass, play Goldbeard, and play big Bloodsail Raiders, I think. Yeah, if you use a VPN to be in Turkey, 100 gifted is only like 25 bucks. I think, yeah, I think that's one reason they made some of the changes recently. All right, what I'll do though, while I'm waiting for you guys, I'll just try out this deck. I had a viewer send this to me yesterday. Actually, really quick, I'm just going to run a quick 1.5-minute ad, just so people joining the stream don't get any ads or anything. I just got a friend request, so I'll add you and we'll get that started while the ad's running. "30 seconds left, and we'll get started. For anyone watching on YouTube or anyone who's subbed and doesn't have the ads, I'm taking a croissant ad break." All right, let's try this again. Tan. So are you playing like a serious deck or joke deck? What should I pick here? What do I got? Oh, I have to update my 50 legendary. Oh, you can give people decks. I forget who I was talking to someone yesterday who they're not on North America. So I guess, yeah, for anyone watching, if you're not in North America, you can switch your region to North America. You won't have any cards, but you can just borrow decks from me. So that's an option too. That's cool. Let's go. I'm gonna go Lady Prestor Druid. I built that to play on stream at some point, but I haven't done it yet. For what it's worth, this deck is very it's very RNG dependent.
The forest fights back.
I think you always keep aquatic form. I guess hard mulligan for Guff, Prestor, aquatic form. Yeah. Cold Tooth Mine. Dave, I don't get the founder's badge if I gift. I don't think that's the case, no. And the people who get the gift don't get the badge either. I'm pretty sure it's only people who subscribe themselves. Although I think it's the first 10 people, so I think only 3 people have claimed founder's badges so far, so you still have time. But I'll be honest, I didn't know founder's badges existed until I became affiliate. And it's pretty cool, because like you said, you know, you never know. Say you find someone very early on, and then they eventually become bigger. That'd be really cool, right? To have that founder's badge and know you were like there since the beginning. All right, we got her. Good old Doomsayer. I'm not gonna draw. It's funny, I almost played the other Slither Spear last turn too. Glad I didn't now. Bear can't add me for some reason. Can you add? Yeah, for sure. Send me, yeah. If anyone, if you can't add me for some reason, I don't know why, but if you can't, send me, DM me your name and I'll add you. The unity mine is mine. The time has come to dethrone our former master. I forget. What did Tantan? What did you say this deck? An old priest deck. Okay. It's kind of funny, even with the without the Holy Nova, I had no way to deal with that. That's really that's really good for him because I want to drop this rate on 6. So he gets some good value there, Tantan. You know what's funny? That I haven't seen this card played yet, but it seems so good. Like, it seems like such a good anti-aggro card. Depending on the meta, I guess, right? That's a shitty dragon to get.
The Sea Lord be its own.
Man, this card is so bad. Why doesn't every deck run a quest? It depends, right? Some quests require your deck to kind of be built around them, right? And oh, here we go, Yogg. All right. All right. But yeah, some requests require like your whole deck to be built around them to support it. Also, quests typically favor slower decks. You know, usually aggro decks don't want to run them as often. I don't really want to use this on that. I want to save this for something better.
My blood boils for war.
This'll be good.
Now we're cooking.
Now we're cooking, guys. Yeah, it's funny, Dave. I thought about buying you a sub, but even if I do, you don't get the founder's badge, so it doesn't really make a difference in that regard. Oh, man. Man, it feels so good as a priest drawing that. Man, this card is so good, but in this deck, not so much. Save that, I guess, to draw. Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, 8 cost, right? Or 9 cost.
Hot streak.
This'll be good.
Oh, I was adding someone. I totally missed what happened there. Eye beam. Okay, 10 attack. Oh. I'm not sure if this is you, Bear. Did you send me this friend request? So what is happening here? So he's got Guff. Oh, the shard was good. Denies my draws. His own brand. And he copied brand. Oh boy.
We must stop this corruption.
Oh, Malagos does something. Kill kill his brand, cause like I guess he has another brand in hand, right? Dave gonna get going soon. Oh, gotta study for your Latin test. You're the first person. I'm the first person you gifted a sub to on Twitch, man. I appreciate it, really. Honestly, all the support from you guys, it means a lot. Gonna finish watching this game though. Yeah, good luck on your Latin test though. Over in Canada, we have to learn French when we're younger in school. I remember like 20 words. But yeah, Bear, I think it was you who DM'd me on Discord. If so, I added you. Switcheroo. I know there's some crazy combos with Switcheroo now. Man, Guff was on the bottom of my deck. I should have hero powered first. Yeah, that's okay. Oh, you start learning French over there too, Dave? You learn French and Latin? Oh, Aaron, I got your friend request too. Oh, shit. Oh, you picked a good deck, Tan. Oh, that was a good one to get. Also that if I can't kill it. He definitely got the better end of the draw there. Uh-oh. A little scared now. Yeah, can you label people in BattleNet? Oh yeah, set friend note. I guess your name's the same as your Twitch name, so it's easy to remember. Oh man. Oh, I see these give us druid spells now because he's a druid. Let's see what we get. Oh man, this thing's gonna stay alive. Eliminating your deck +2/+2. Oh, that's fine, right? Because they're cheap to begin with already. Oh, I forgot I had Topior. Okay, that helps. This goes here. Oh man, that was close. I thought that thing was gonna live. Bear, am I on American servers? Yeah, I'm on North America. But one thing you can do, above the play button in BattleNet, you can select your region. You can switch to North America and play with your account. You won't have any cards, but you can play one of my decks. So there's an option to like borrow a deck from your opponent, so that would work. So yeah, if you're not on North America, primarily, you could still switch and play with me today if you want. Also, man, I felt a little bad. I was doing really well in the early game, and this guy's getting some good shit now. Look at this guy's board. Tan, you're killing me. Oh, nice. Draw. So lowest card draws Innervate. I don't want that. Highest card draws a 2 cost. What? Where'd that come from? Alright, I guess we do this. You go here. Oh, I forgot I ran on the board too. I thought I saw this animation play out twice. I still don't know how I got this wax dread. I don't know. Sorry, Bear.
Who knows what secrets will uncover? The future is clear. Your demise be.
Tan, stop. Aaron, does the arena trick thing, does it count as a run? Nope. Like, if you want, you could start an arena run, draft the deck, and just leave it. If you don't want to play it all, that works too. It's just to maximize, like, the effectiveness. You should, like, to maximize the rewards, right? You should play until you have 2 losses. But if you don't want to play, yeah, just draft a deck and just leave it. And then you'll still get, like I said, you're even with 0 wins, you're still guaranteed at least a pack and like something else. So a tiny bit of gold or a tiny bit of dust. So there's really no downside. It's basically a free pack. This is nice if I had some spells. So this will draw double innervate. Don't burn the innervates, please. All right, Tan, here we go.
This must be the way.
Oh, that would have been good a little bit ago. Actually, this is until your next turn, right? Wow, those missiles sucked. Can one of them hit this guy, please? Okay, there we go. I had too much going on there. Oh yeah, you're at 2 win, 1 losses. Yeah, if it was me, I would keep playing until you at least get 1 more loss. But it's up to you. Uh-oh. So this makes a bunch of big boys. This game is like a clown fiesta. We're both doing so much stupid shit. Oh, if I do this, then this, they all have Divine Shield. And they have 4 attack. It's the bane of Priest. Also, Bear, thanks for the follow on Twitch, man. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, you're right, Aaron. Duels is the exact same way. So, because every once in a while, they they start like a new duel season. And if you have a run that's in progress, you'll get a free ticket and you'll get the rewards for whatever it's at. So yeah, technically you should start a duels run before it goes away too. I'm assuming you'll get a ticket reimbursed. We're at 50 life, which is good. Also, he's 1 card away from fatiguing. Oh, for a second I thought I was only spawning 1. I can play 1 more card. Oh, if I knew I was gonna have 1 board space, I should have played this first. But hey, they have 4 attack. That's good against Priest, right?
Stars without number, worlds without end.
Hey, I can get that.
Out of cards.
All right, let's see if he has you got a board wipe, Tan. Man, Shadow Priest with 20 mana. It's a little scary. Oh, yes. 4 mana, wins again. Oh, my thingy dingy transformed into Almothon. He's gonna kill it though. What is this? Oh, Love Everlasting. Damn, I almost got a free Amazon. So what's he got left on this one? Non-Titan minion. Man, what a grindy game. All right.
This must be the way.
So this won't trigger. I guess this is a 1 mana 4/6 taunt, right? Ooh, my dragons get Divine Shield still too. What does he have in hand? Shadow Spell, Ignis Weapon, something from my hand, Shadow Spell, and some legendaries. He's got to have some kind of like hard clear board wipe, right? Like what's the 8 mana silence and destroy everything?
That rope's burning again.
All right, let's see if he's got a board clear. Or he just kills me here. Oh, uh-oh. All right, here's one. Oh, he gets a copy of it too. Wait, what? Replace your minions in hand and deck with ones that... Okay.
Heroes that champion order.
Okay. This is never going to trigger, right?
Champion order.
The shadows grow short.
So this only transformed to minions, right? So we know that is a shadow... What, Shadow Word Ruin. So let's just play 4 attack, guys. Holy shit, that's big. I didn't even realize that. Increase your max hand size to 12, draw 4. Oh, that's useless. He has no deck left. What are you gonna do against all these 4 attack minions, bro? I don't want to discard yet. I don't think. I don't have any spells left in the deck. Where's your Shadow Word Ruin now? Oh, actually, if he was to copy this and play like Holy Nova or some kind of AoE, that would wipe my board. Wow, how often do you see an Almothon attack? Or Amanthul, I mean. What is this game? I forgot he played Bran. Holy shit. Oh, God.
The shadows grow short. Thank you.
I wonder why he killed it. I wonder why he killed his own minion. It makes sense now. For the 10 Ragnaroses. All right. That 3 damage doesn't do a whole lot right now. play the big boy.
Priest, the light serves me.
Uncanny.
So we know he has a Shadow Word Ruin, but if he plays it, he kills all his Ragnaros. So do we really care?
Your feeble magic.
The Brotherhood shall prevail.
I think I don't care about discarding any of these. Yeah, I had no spells left in the deck anyways. I'll just put this up as like a Ragnaros target.
I am undying.
But he is fatiguing for quite a bit though. Oh man, if he gets like cannibalize. Okay. Slightly better than cannibalize. Oh, that's a lot of healing. Can I top deck, what's that card? Kazaku-san, please? Oh, he gets an infused, or a corrupted Ticketus. Cost 6, right? Yeah.
The shadows grow short.
Tantan, I thought you said this deck sucked. Oh, I can actually... Oh, never mind. All my minions dying. I was gonna say, like, he's almost dead, kind of. Because he fatigues for, like, 5 next turn. It's just his rags keep clearing the board. Oh. What happened here? I hope you didn't disconnect on purpose. Oh, it says you're back. Alright. Come on, top deck something crazy. Oh, no, it's Dormu. Maybe he won't have time to beat me. Let's flood the board. Oh, they much attack or less. Alright, guys. He's got 15 seconds. Can he do it? Damn it. That was a fun game. That was crazy. We both played so much bullshit there. That was a good game. Alright, who's next? So I had 2 other people that added me, but it looks like they're offline now. So anyone else is here and wants to play, go ahead, join the Discord, add me, and we can play. We could play standard, we could play WoW, we could play fun, we could play serious. Do you have any other deck you want to play, Tantan? Like I said, I had a couple people add me, but looks like they're offline now. I should fix my 50 legendary decks while I wait. All right. What do I want to add here? Anything new get added? I feel like that's fun, right? More legendaries. Loken, maybe? Oh, Wheel of Death. That's fun. Oh, Ziliax, I feel like. Surprised I don't have Flint in here already. There's so many cards in this deck. Basically, I have 250 legendary decks like this, where they use Renathal to get up to 40 cards, and then you have Cthulhu the Shattered, which adds 5 more cards into your deck, and you also have Prince Malchezaar to add 5 more cards into the deck. So it's a 50 card deck full of legendaries. Yeah, this deck hurts your wallet a bit. Yeah, I feel like Ziliax is an easy add. And maybe take out... What did I add? Archville and Rathom. Put in Flint. I don't know why I didn't have Flint in here already. Yeah. Then Ziliax. What's that combo, I guess? And then I also have a 50 legendary Druid deck. So... I don't know if a Nubracon's worth the spot or not. Oh, Aviana. That's an easy add. And maybe just Ziliax again? Nice deck. I'm missing the last 40 cards. What do I replace them with? For what it's worth, I think like half the legendaries in this are like a third to half are core cards, so they're actually free. But yeah, it definitely took me a while to make these decks to have all the cards for them. Yeah, I'll do Ziliax again. But yeah, so this one's the same idea, just with Druid. So 40 legendaries plus Cthulhu the Shattered plus Prince Malchezaar. Yeah, I'll wait a few more minutes, see if anyone else adds me or wants to play. If not, maybe I'll play a game with one of these decks. Oh, I need one more card for this, actually. I don't got Flint here either. Let's do that. I don't know which one I like more. If I like the Druid or the Warlock one more. Basically, for Druid legendaries, you got Eonar, which is nice. Raystraza. Kolak, I don't know. The turtle guy. What else you got? Guff. Actually, Guff's really good in this deck, obviously. Sky Mother. Actually, I think I might prefer the Druid one now with Sky Mother Eviana. What else has it got for Druid cards? That one's okay. Got the Prime. Yeah, what does the Warlock one have? Warlock one has Sargeras, which is nice. Do I not have Reno in the Druid one? How do I not have Reno in this deck? I wonder if this is too expensive. I'll take that out. Priest is broken. They should remove it after the game we played. Yeah. Priest is fun though. Like, Priest is one of those classes, I'm not gonna lie. It's like miserable to play against, but it's fun to play. But yeah, the Warlock one has Sargeras, Gigafin, Darkon. This guy's okay. Symphony of Sins is nice. Rustwix is nice. Deck of Chaos is actually surprisingly good. A lot of these legendaries have less attack than their cost. All right. Well, looks like I'll play a game with the 50 legendary deck so you guys can see it. And in the meantime, I'll post the link again if anyone wants to play with me. Go ahead and join the Discord. We could play a fun deck. We could play a serious deck. We could play whatever you guys want. It's so funny seeing on the deck tracker here, just solid legendaries.
The forest fights back.
I'll probably keep that. Might be a little slow, but all right. We got some early plays at least. Yeah, watch. You guys will see so many things that go off at the beginning here.
I see you brought guests. The legions I command.
See, 44 cards. So I guess technically it's a 48 card deck, but it's the best we could do. I'm probably gonna coin out. I don't know. I guess we'll see what he does.
Candle mudslider.
I won't coin it. Maybe I'll try to hold the coin for like race draws or something. But yeah, I have a few like meme decks like this. They're just fun. If you just want to hop on and like complete quests and like I do win games with this deck. I don't know how my win rate right now, but yeah, in lower, like obviously like bronze to gold, you can actually win games. Ooh, that's a nice one. You can actually win games with this.
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
It's very draw dependent, obviously. You can get super unlucky and have a very high curve hand. You just do nothing for the first few turns.
Nox Ramus shall be cleansed.
Nice to meet you.
And yeah, once again, if any of you guys watching want to play with me, go ahead, join the Discord. We can add each other on there, and we can play some fun decks, play some serious decks. It's up to you guys. Having Guff on curve is really, really nice. Alright, next few turns are looking pretty good. Next turn we'll probably Weapon and Flight Master, next to healing. It's a pretty strong card. Like, it has a strong effect. I've said it before, but so many of these elementals that have, you know, if you played an elemental last turn, do X, a lot of them are really strong on curve. Like, Elemental Shaman, I think, is underrated. What do you have on board here? 10, 16, 17, 18.
I have no time.
We'll do that. Might force him to trade. He has an elemental in hand. Okay. Tries to attack first. A trade and ping. Alright, that's Sylvanas. Healed us for 10. That's kind of funny because I was probably going to play Prison. And if Prison draws me a bunch of cards, actually, that could really suck. I gotta do this. Take the safer play. Alright, don't kill me, man. I want to have some fun. I'll probably prison next turn. Hope for a board clear or something.
Candle mudslide.
Yeah, see, I talked about it during my tier list, but these are two examples of dormant cards that are a little more interesting. Alright, that was a slow turn for him, luckily. Yep, I'll do that. Sucks a little bit losing this hero power, but you still have the 20 max mana.
Well, looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
I guess in the long run, it's better to go Guff Reno than Reno Guff. So, was that the best card to play? Yeah. Sure. I don't care. Alright. Got lots of options now. It's nice with Raystraza, because sometimes there's so many high cost cards in this deck that sometimes your hand gets very full. So the fact that her hand's kind of low is very good for Raystraza. Alright, get the heal.
Thanks, friend. Needed that.
Oh, oh man. Getting so many good cards. Actually, that does nothing right now. Sure, this all kind of suck. I maybe should have played Raystraza, but I want to play Aviana. Yeah, you guys should try this deck. It's pretty cheap. Doesn't cost that much to craft. My worry is this guy's just going to concede. I'll take something else. Actually, I have to kind of kill some stuff. I'm only at 15 life. I could full heal with this.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The magic of
Alright, what do we get? I forgot they nerfed this card. Although, for what it's worth, this card was annoying at one point. Maybe Raystraza? Alright, this guy's just out of gas. Might just concede. But people are stubborn. Yes, please.
For a master tactician, this is nothing.
Sure.
The beauty of nature.
What is this? Oh, I can't play this. Ooh.
Vengeance for the
Sure.
going on its dangerous voyage.
So yeah, like I said, in lower ranks, you can definitely win games with this deck. It is obviously it struggles in the early game, but if you get to like the mid game and you're not dead, it is very, very strong, obviously. As long as you kind of just stay ahead on board, because it doesn't have that much in terms of removal. You have like the Maw Cthulhu, and that's pretty much it. But you got Sylvanas, and I guess Reno. Alright, let's try another. Once again, if anyone watching wants to play, go ahead, join the Discord. I got my username posted there. We can add each other and play. We can play sweaty decks and try and win, or we could play fun decks or stupid restrictions. It's up to you guys today.
Lunara versus Tavish.
Hunter's a little scary here.
The forest fights back.
I didn't even get to play race draws the last game. Alright, gotta sit through the reanimations. I wonder what's the max amount of animations you can get to play. Oh, he's even got some. Yeah, I wonder what's the max amount of animations like any one deck can play like that, I wonder. I guess Priest also has like Benedictus or whatever, the Shadow Priest one. Oh god. Quest Hunter. That's a terrible random legendary to get. So kind of the nice thing is this is dormant. Like he's not going to have any minions to target for a little bit. Probably like Explosive Trap, right?
What adventure are you up to today?
Take the heal. Next turn, I almost don't even want to play Phelan. I almost don't want him. I don't want to put things on the board for him to cast spells on. That's a new card. I'm glad that wasn't out when this deck was a thing. Yeah, they got his hero power and pass, honestly. And I'm assuming that's Explosive Trap. I just got some kind of achievement, I don't know why. So the fact that Renathal brought us to 40 helps. This will actually heal us for 10 next turn. Let's play this. It's a pretty big body. Sure. Next turn, I don't know. Sylvanas doesn't really do a whole lot here. This deck doesn't play any minions, I don't think. Maybe a couple. But yeah, probably Prison on 7, Reno on 8. Not Major Dormo on 9. Do I want to play... Actually, I guess I play Sylvanas, right? Because there's now a minion on the board from the target. So what's one more minion? Actually, never mind. Just top deck Guff, guys. It's all skill. Do I want to just Reno on 8? Oh, actually, no. I'll wait for this to trigger. And I can get rid of the Leper Gnomes. Whatever. It's like 2 extra damage. Yeah, I want him to trigger this, actually. Then I'll Reno. That saves 6 damage. Yes, he has to, he has to target his own stuff because I have no minions on the board. We're actually in a decent spot. We're at 45 life. We're getting to the late game now. Hero power me, man. Alright, so next turn we'll Reno. I'll play this. Yeah, just chill. We're at 38 life still. This turn he'll hero power, spawn the leper gnomes, then we'll Reno. He might not even play Tavish or something, we'll see. If he plays Tavish here, even better. Feels so good to beat hunters. I hope I win this game. Especially this deck. Yeah, I'll do this first. That's a little annoying, but it's fine. So 100% one of those is explosive trap. I'm actually not going to do that. Because I don't want something on the board for him to keep refreshing his hero power with. Alright, at least we gained 4 armor. It's 2 hero powers. White Yogg box. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. How do I stabilize? Like, what do I want? Ionar is good. Ionar fully heals me. This guy's good. Reno's good. Lotheb. Wow, that's just in his deck? Okay. Look at this frickin' Christmas tree over here. I think I play this. It's a 50-50 to get me Ionar. Oh, if this is explosive trap, does it deal the full 6 to me?
Just might work.
Just in case it's explosive trap. Or, not explosive trap. Whatever the other one is. I don't know, am I thinking of... Oh, I'm thinking of Mage.
This is not what we stood for.
That's it. Not hero power. Alright, that's armor. The annoying thing is Hunter, like, this deck can put out so much damage out of nowhere. If I can get Ionar and fully heal, though, that'll be nice. Oh, God. Okay. So as long as I'm not dead here. How did I get the leftmost card in my hand? Ambassador Phelan? I'm pretty sure Ambassador Phelan was given for free. I think he was the like the freebie card when Sunken City came out, if I remember right.
I bestow these gifts upon the world.
All right, if I lose at this point, man.
The magic of life.
I'm not gonna prison here. Did I play anything else? But yeah, Tan, yeah. Ambassador Phelan puts 3 Colossals on the bottom of your deck. Like I said, I think this card was given for free. And if you don't have it, I could be wrong. You have to double check. Oh, the free one was Blade Master Okani. I forget how you got Phelan then. I feel like it was free for something. Maybe it was the free reward track legendary? I'm not sure. Key, I remember when Quest Hunter was in Standard. That was the worst. I hated Quest. Like, this deck, I still hate it to this day, but it was awful in Standard. Because, like, I could still lose this, which is crazy. This deck can pump out so much damage. But yeah, Ambassador Phelan was a fun card. It was an easy card to just, like, throw into so many decks. Especially if you had somebody to dredge up the Colossals. Okay. What else do we do now? Another snipe? Nope.
We're going on a dangerous voyage.
Like, I just play stuff, I guess, right? I want to wait till I have, like, a big board to, I forgot about that card. I want to wait till I have more damage on board before I trigger explosive. I bet you one of these... I bet you, like, that's an explosive trap in hand right there. Host? Yeah, go ahead. I'm not sure if you joined the Discord yet, but I posted my username in there. So yeah, go ahead, add me. We can play after this game. If you go to the community streams, here, I'll post it again. If you go to the community streams channel post, I posted my username there. You can go ahead and add me. Or you can DM me your username if you want. I can add you. Key Phelan was the level 1 reward. Okay, that's what I was wondering. And Phelan, yeah, you think you get Phelan for, or Chain, you think you get Phelan for buying Sunken City pack. Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was the case or not. All right, post. I added you, so after this game we can play. What is this? Draw? Does this deck play Freezing Trap?
Awake at last.
No. Oh. How did... what a weird interaction.
The results of my leadership.
Move fast here.
Oh, all right, let's go, guys. Board white, please.
I have no time for games.
All right, go faster, go faster. Oh, shit. Oh, it's not gonna go fast enough. One of these, like, these had rush still, right? I should have been able to attack, but I was too slow. Oh, shit, guys. Host, you want to play, like, what do you want to do? You want to play something fun, something serious? Up to you. Okay. This is not good, guys. Can I get, like, the 1 damage hero power? The good thing, like, he's gassed at this point, but I need to clear his board. That's the problem. Oh, Flint. Do it for us, please.
Light a fire under this pan.
That's fine. Alright, let's go. Not the worst.
There's
Sure.
simply nothing I can do.
Ooh. Oh, guys. Easy game, easy life. I'll trade that. GG, guys. To think I was scared at one point. Oh, Post, you're gonna play Dragon Druid?
Here comes the bigger.
Holy shit. Doesn't kill me, right? I have so many things on the board for spells to target. Yeah, I love Flint. I don't know why I didn't have Flint in this deck. Maybe I haven't updated this deck since Badlands. I think that might be why. Jeez. Oh my god. We're not dead, but damn, he's doing a lot of damage. Alright, no minions for that. That's good. Oh, no draw. So Lotheb is nice here. Still going. Why are these guys like Yogg in the deck?
What do I do with all these cards?
So Lotheb, 100%. Oh, I should have Brand in the Lotheb. Oh, it wouldn't have worked anyways. What do you got in hand?
Is no excuse for bad manners.
Okay, yeah. That's a lot of damage. I think I saved this. So wait, he has Plague Spreader in hand. Give a friendly minion +2/+3 in Rush. And then Tavish.
Power takes many forms.
I'm not going to Hero Power because it could be the one that deals the damage. He did play that one earlier. Yeah, Tan, he's not giving up because this deck can still win. It's crazy how much... Like, he still has 9 cards. This deck can put out a lot of damage, unfortunately.
You'll need to run faster than that.
If he doesn't get any more card draw, it's nice for us. Although the 6 damage from these Leper Gnomes is a little rough. So what's he have in hand? Goblin Prank and something else.
Delightful.
I think there's nothing I care to lose here. What did that hit? Sylvanas. It's not that bad. This game, though, jeez. How long has this been going on? Which card do we have here? Okay, we know he has that. Okay. He's played one aim shot, and I stole the other. He's played at least one marked shot. What do you think, guys? Lateral damage or marked shot? It's 100% not aim shot. I can't remember if he played two of these or not. I think it's marked shot. If we got the quest, that would have been cool. Okay, at least I was a little bummed. I forgot he had that secret. You were at 20 health, guys. Jesus. Also, Post, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. If this game is ever finished, we'll play. Holy shit. Am I dead? Wow, I am. Wait, no. He's two off, right? Oh my god. Wait, this can't attack, right? Okay. Alright. Oh, even if these die, I'm dead. Oh, man. Alright, so this needs to heal me or draw me cards and not wipe the board. Oh, man. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm still dead. I shouldn't have done that. God damn it. I'm probably dead. Oh, wait. I'm still as dead, though. What? I was still alive. Do you guys see that? I had 40 life. I healed back to 40 with Eonar. I gained a bunch of life with Reno, or armor with Reno, and still killed me. Like, it always seems like that deck is out of gas, and it just keeps pumping out damage. It's crazy. Alright. Sorry, which one were you? Oh, Post, you're on Europe. So, if you switch over to the US, or like North America, you won't have any cards, but you can play one of my decks if you want. Above the play button in BattleNet, if you click the region icon, you can switch to North America if you want. You won't have any cards, but like I said, you can play one of my decks if you want. Oh, key. Maybe I should have targeted myself with Yogbox and pray for like some kind of heal or something. And yeah, Step, I was going to play Major Domo and just kill it, but then I'd be at 8 health, and the 3 Leper Gnomes and his hero power would have killed me anyways. So it didn't matter, unfortunately. What a game. While we wait for posts, I'm just gonna run a quick 1.5 minute ad just so new people don't get ads. But yeah, so like I said, if any of you guys are in Europe or some other region, you can switch over to North America and play with me, and then you won't have any cards, but it lets you play. You can like borrow in a deck from your opponent, but you can play one of my decks if you want. I got all kinds of stuff made. I have meme decks, Kingsbane Rogue, a Wheel Warlock, Tendril Shaman, Tendril Rogue, Bomb Warrior, Paladin, Reno Demon Hunter, Death Knight. I got all kinds of stuff. Oh, got another ad. What is the most fun to play with? Looking for fun. The 250 legendary decks are fun. Prime Warlock is fun. Galakron Rogue. Thief Rogue. I really like Thief Rogue in Wild. Lady Prester. Any of these wild decks. Tendril Shaman. Bomb Warrior, maybe. Yeah, I'd probably play one of the wild decks. Tan, you got 10 accounts in EU, but the Prism was old and you crafted Yogg. Yep, post all. Oh, says you're offline. Oh, there we go. Oh, the player's not unlocked wild. Okay, let's try. I didn't realize that was a thing. How do you unlock wild? Oh, maybe you have to make one deck. Yeah, make a wild deck. It's just so you have to have like, you can make a deck with all like the core cards, right? So just make a deck with like 30 core cards, and then I think we should be able to play. This is good to know for the future, actually. Yeah, so you should see a button on the bottom here. Yep. So now I'm assuming you just have all my decks. I'll go Tendril Shaman. But you don't have the class unlocked. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad you're at least testing this for the future for me, so I know. Only mage. Okay. Here. Let me make a mage deck for you. Delete this. Let's give you a rainbow mage bullshit deck. What should we take out? Take him out. Take that out. Let's go rewinds. One more card. Yogg in a box? Caligos? Oh, Yogg in a box. Alright, let's try this again post. If all else fails, if you can only play mage, I made you a rainbow mage deck. And it's not shitty. I think I'll go with Tendril Shaman still for the RNG. I guess for the future, if we ever do this again, and you ever do hop back onto North America server, it'll work for next time. Oh, you got Rogue. Cool. I think I have a Tendril Rogue and a Thief Rogue deck right now. Keep those. Keep that. I'll keep this whole hand. All right. Good luck, Post. Let's see who has the better Tendril RNG.
The pleasure is mine.
If you're on Tendrils. And yeah, Tantan, I've played on... actually, I could always hop over to Europe. I guess, yeah, I know some of you guys watching are in Europe. I could always hop over to Europe and play with you too, actually, now that I think about it. I used to go on my Europe account, and I used to play Arena on there, actually. I'm pretty sure I have like thousands of gold on my European account because I would play Arena and I would usually go positive and I just kept building up gold over time. And I'd only use it for Arena. Oh, it's Thief Rogue. I love Thief Rogue. Chill. But yeah, whoever wanted to play a little while ago and you were... I know there's a couple people from Europe who wanted to play. I could always hop over to Europe. I didn't think about that. Worst case, I could always borrow one of your decks too, like what Host is doing right now. I think maybe I should have coined this out, actually. It's the only problem with this deck is your hand gets really full really easily. I've thought so many times about adding audio amplifier to this deck. I never thought about that, Tantan, of how much the metas vary from the different regions. Also, this is a great card. I threw this into my wild Thief Rogue deck. Like, obviously, the Thief Rogue cards that actually, like, discover are obviously much better, right? You get some more choice there. I just burn the coin. Yeah, I don't know why until now I didn't think about the fact that I could always just go to the Europe and play. Maybe after this game, I'll switch over to my Europe account and check in on it, see what it has. Okay. I probably would have saved that for Spectral Cutlass, but I'm not going to judge. Of all the targets, man. Oh, I don't have enough mana. It's okay, next turn. So Lightning Storm won't clear. Unless he leaves this up, I could trade the Divine Shield and Lightning Storm. I could also Volcano. Yeah, I think I'll Volcano. Oh, the taunt. whatever. It felt like one of those went fast all of a sudden. Lightning storm is nature, right? Okay.
Well played.
Oh, that's kind of bad, actually. I overdraw now. Yeah, Tantan. After this game, I'll switch over to Europe servers. Like I said, I didn't even. I was asking all of you guys to change to North America, and I forgot the fact that I could just change to Europe too. That was a good card there. All right.
Let the Badlands.
Man, Velar's a fun card. It sucks it got. I still think the nerf was so strong on it. Like, I think they could have made Valorok like a 3-4 or even like, I don't know. But the drop from 3-6 to 3-3 was so hard. Okay. Oh man, he's got a lot of damage on board. 18 damage on board. Wait, how many times did that guy attack? Oh, I don't know why I felt like he attacked like 3 times.
I'll choose soon.
Oh,
Well played.
GG. Man, those little 3-2s did work, man. Good game, good game. Yeah, here, let me switch over to Europe. I want to see what's... I haven't been on that account in years. But I used to play a lot of Arena on it. Yeah, this used to be like my Arena account. So I think I have a bunch of dust and a bunch of other stuff waiting on it. I have a bunch of pop-ups and stuff since I haven't played in so long. Welcome back. Ooh, the ketchup packs. Those are nice. Oh, I get the loner decks. That's nice. Okay, so I haven't played since Death Knight came out. So it's been at least that long. Oh, I think I crafted Whizbang actually on this account. Oh yeah, I got 2,000 gold. I have 22 packs here just chilling apparently. What else do I got here? 3 legendary. All right, Tan or anyone else? You guys are on Europe and want to play? Might as well open these packs, I guess. Wow, look how... What are these? Is this Rosticon's Rumble? That's... I must have played a bunch of Arena when that was in Standard. Alright, that was shit. Yeah, post. We can play another one. Yeah, if anyone has Whizbang, I think that's a good idea. These are Madness of the Dark Moon Fair. Seven Titan packs. Not even an epic. Don't need that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I crafted Whizbang. Whizbang's a fun card. I actually can't wait till the patch next week when they make Whizbang have like the modern decks again. Let me just check if I have an arena run in progress. Nope. Alright. I'll head back to North America and we'll play another one post. But yeah, at least, like I said, if if any of you guys are on Europe and you want to play, I have all the classes unlocked there. I guess, yeah, I could play Whizbang. I'm not sure what other cards I have on the account. What I'll do, I'll play one more with you post, and then I'll go over to Europe and we'll play another one, Tan. Because, yeah, our game was really fast post.
Pull up a chair by the hearth.
All right. Oh. It's not giving me the option to invite you for some reason. Want to send me an invite? Oh, let me make sure I have a Whizbang deck. Sorry, give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna make a Whizbang deck so you can borrow it. I don't think I have one made. Alright, you can go ahead and send me an invite again. I got another friend request too. Alright, so me and you post, we'll play a game. I'll play another one with Tan. And then whoever just added me, remember, we'll go ahead and play a game after that. Yeah, Tan, I'll move to Europe after this.
Garrosh versus Thrall.
Oh, I got a shit one.
Doomhammer. Victory or death.
I'm really curious if they'll buff any of the Whizbang decks. I toss Plot Twist and I get it back. Because I had a stream where I played Whizbang for the whole stream, and some of the decks are really weak. Like, some of them hold their own. Some of them do okay, but some of them are really bad. This is kind of nice having my opening hand, I guess. Alright, Murlocs. Why is this card in the deck? Alright, at least I can get double spells. Get something, get some kind of board clear or something. Oh, Tantan, that's your other account. Okay. That's okay. Ooh, I was... Bash fully clears, but Slam gets me draw. And I can play the other lackey. I think that's the smarter play. Don't have any mechs. Take this, I guess. Hey Storm, how's it going? Funny enough, I'm pretty sure the day I streamed Whizbang, I didn't get the Shaman deck once, I don't think. Double trade here.
This will break your fall.
Man, by the time he gets Megafin, or yeah, a Megafin, this can maybe fully reduce its attack. Alright. He's got 4 out of 8 Morlocks, 3 to 6 Battle Cry, and 2 to 3 Overload. Dr. Boom. Man, I don't know why the plot twists are in this deck. My next turn is super awkward, but then turn 7, it's not bad. Hey, Stormy, I got your friend request. So I got a couple games lined up here. I'm gonna be playing Tantan next, and then yeah, we'll play a game as well. Oh man. I guess I'm at 31 life. It's 10 damage. Yeah. Man, these two plot twists are like useless in this deck. Okay. Man, remember how, like, for anyone who played back in the day, Dr. Boom was such a terror back in the day, and it's not very good now by today's standards. So, I just hope I get some, like, AoE here. Take that, I guess. Okay. That's a lot of healing. I hope I get to target what this hits, what Chill Vibes hits. Yeah, Stormy, you're in Europe, I think, right? I can't remember. I know I'm always surprised how many European viewers I have. Alright, I really hope that I can choose the target for this. So if I do this and this, Will the finale trigger?
Job's done.
I guess it doesn't matter. The baking soda volcano is going off. Wow, that didn't kill one of his minions. I think I need a plot twist next turn. This hand's pretty bad. Actually, I could evil quartermaster into plot twist maybe. Oh, okay, not European, just have a weird sleep schedule. Hey, we've all been there. So he needs 2 more battle cries. He has Megafin in hands. Oh god. What do you got? 1 more Murloc. Oh, bad order, buddy. That's... Alright, can I top deck? Can I get a brawl or something? This deck is so bad. Oh, that would have been early having... That would have been nice having in the early game. I'll go down with honor. Man. I really think this is one of the worst decks. I think this and like the Death Knight one are the worst. Alright, Post. You've stomped my shit in enough for tonight. Good game, though. Alright, so Tantan, I'll switch over to Europe. We'll play a game. And then Stormy, yeah, we'll go ahead and play as well. And yeah, that Warrior deck, I was just saying, I think the Warrior deck and the Death Knight deck are the worst by far. Which, funny enough, the day I streamed that deck, I didn't get the Shaman deck once. There was a couple. I never got the Shaman deck, the Hunter deck. I think there was one more. I think the Rogue deck. I didn't get any of those.
Welcome. Let's make some wonderful memories.
All right, Tantan, go ahead and send me an invite. I don't know which account you're using. Okay, more free stuff. Oh, Ignis. Host, it's 4 a.m. here in Europe. Gotta go to sleep. Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the games, man. I stream. I'll be streaming on Monday next. I'm actually gonna stream duels on Monday. Monday is the very last day for duels to exist, so I figured might as well play it a bit before it goes away. But yeah, next Thursday, I think I'm gonna play Battleground Duos with you guys. So if anyone's interested in playing that, yeah, next Thursday will be the day for that. So go ahead and join the Discord if you haven't already. We can coordinate things there. Oh, best deck. I have to take best deck, right? Well, yeah, I forgot that they had Diablo. They had Diablo in Duels and Battlegrounds at one point. I forgot about that. And yeah, Stormy, like you said, if it's so weird it has Finley, but no excavates. And the Azerite Murloc, as you said, would like fit the theme of the deck, right? I hate myself for doing it, but we'll keep the Plague card. But yeah, see you, Post. Have a good night. Thanks for the games.
Ah, I see you've brought guests. Job's done. Job's done.
Turn 2. Down with the ship to face. I know you guys come to this channel for pro plays.
The citadel stands strong.
So what were the options he had? He had a triple blood deck. I think the other one was double blood, one unholy. We know he's not the best deck because it's a Renathal deck. So he's either triple blood or he... Yeah, he's either triple blood or he's double blood, one unholy. Ooh. Oh, I missed Ruby and Vizier. I forgot that card rotated. Not this. I don't really have any corpses. Ma and Pa will give me 5, I guess. A crop rotation. Okay. He's using Blood, Unholy. I do like that deck a lot. I played it on stream recently. Actually, I put a YouTube video up of it recently too, and oh, oh, he can just mod paw or hero power and kill this. Let's see what we get. Oh, Patchwork, I miss you so much. Pour one out for Patchwork, guys. Kind of slow, but actually, I'll just put this out. That feels like a waste to not combo it. But then next turn, I can play Mod Pod. I can hero power to defend it. I'll do it. Ah, that's okay. Headless Horseman, I guess. I think Headless Horseman's a really fun card. Like, as the first Death Knight hero card, I think they nailed it. It's like kind of a new win condition for Death Knight. You know, you just keep whittling him down with your hero power, and eventually it generates value too. Oh.
Choose now. The righteous one.
You have earned an eternal.
Also has great emotes. Also, Tantan, I can't believe you've got me to play these cockroach cards.
This is not what we stood for.
I've become the thing I hate. I kind of want to kill this before I Patchwork. Because it'd be nice to Patchwork whatever he draws.
No retreat.
I thought about hero powering it, but I wanted to play Mod Paw as well. Oh, that's a good target. Ooh, that's a good target for that, though.
Remnants of life.
Man, so many cards I forgot that they rotated. Animated Broomstick. Wonder why that's in the deck. Oh, maybe. Oh, actually, no, you can't even do that. What do we get? Ooh, Yogg. What? Gruntled Patron. Okay. Interesting. Alright, we need some corpse spenders now. Okay. Try school teacher here. We'll hipster first.
I listened to ETC before he was cool.
Sure. More cards. The Hollow Hound's probably the better card, but I feel like Arthas is the more fun card. Is there anything I care about hitting there? I don't think so. Nice 5-mana 2/2, guys.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Next turn we'll hit him with the old 1-2 combo. Cold Feet into Loatheb. Just do nothing next turn. So next turn, yeah, probably Arthas, Loatheb, and the Noggling. So it's his spells and minions.
Everyone, grab a drink.
Oh, it's the
Drinks on me.
infinite. Actually, won't it trigger like 50 times or something and stop? That's a funny combo. How long does this go on? Maybe I should have saved Patchwork, guys. Is this just gonna like skip my turn? Because I know there is a limit for these. Oh. It stops based on your turn timer? Well, no Denathrius for you next turn. Feels bad excavating common. Alright guys, all I gotta do is play Cold Feet every turn, and I'm fine. Actually, his Denathrius probably didn't get that big there. I patchworked the other patron, and he killed what, like 10 there or something? Hey guys, we balanced Helya. 9 mana. That's more like it. Man, I haven't really had any corpse spenders.
Who here can spell Zinjari? Anybody?
Pick me! Pick me!
I guess if we get things on the board, it weakens his... Excuse me, weakens his Denathrius as well.
My turn! You naughty mandible!
'Cause yeah, his Denathrius is probably at like 20 or something max, I think.
Good!
That is a cool combo, though. I'll have to write that down and try that at some point. Yeah, thanks, Tantan. You've inspired a future stream. I just YOLO that. I feel like I have to. If I burn the head, that'll suck. Aw, that was a shitty one to hit. Crop rotation, reap, and frozen over. Ooh, good old Flint. Yeah, Stormy, that was yeah. Make your opponent concede simulator with that combo. I'm actually really surprised it just stops at the end of your turn, because some of those combos just like keep going on and you know eat into your opponent's turn. This feels kind of bad, but oh, he will burn a card. Something.
Remnants of life.
I do.
That's okay, I guess. I missed that card. I think it rotated. That was a good card. Oh, he says it doesn't stop at the end of your turn. It uses all your corpses. Oh, he used all your his corpses. Oh, okay. But don't you generate corpses as it's going, or is that not the case? I guess I figured that was how the combo worked. That it's generating corpses as it's destroying the patrons.
Embrace the gift of death as I have.
See what we get here. Big heals. And this is actually worse after you use Headless Horseman, eh? I'm not sure why Animated Broomstick is in this deck, though. I haven't figured that one out yet. Oh, I forgot this was a 2/2. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. We're doing the stupid play. Oh, we made him burn a card. It's fine. It's all part of the plan. Yeah, Stormy, remember back in the day, those dormering into queuing a bunch of animations? Yeah, I have a Warlock deck in Wild that uses a combo to shuffle like 30, 40, 50 Prime Legendaries into your deck, and that one still, the animations go on so long. Usually I end my turn, and by the time they can do anything, the rope's going already. So there's still some combos that exists. Ooh, that was a nice one. Wow. Yogg's on my side today. That WoW emote is so good. Man, he got the head so early though. He's discovered so many undead. Okay. Man, we haven't spent any corpses. We burned the one corpse bride, which kind of sucks. Oh, his deck's running low, which is good because we have 5 plagues in his deck. So 5 out of 9 cards are plagues right now. He's burning a lot of health playing that too. Like the only thing I can think of Animated Broomstick being for is to combo with this, but it's 11 mana. So I don't know. Unless there's some way to discount this.
The citadel stands strong.
Oh, well, finally. Ooh, and that was a good one to hit. So it's Rexa, right?
Take a good look. You ain't never very dead or alive. Very dead or alive. Take a good look. You ain't never seen a light again.
Alright. He's just gonna shoot and kill that. Man, I feel like I never get that treasure. Yeah, we have like no corpse spenders so far. There's the one corpse bride, but we burned. Wonder what other corpse spenders there is. Alright. Let's start with this. Give me Rexa, that'd be cool. Okay, I forgot about that. A lot of damage, actually. We've become everything we hate, guys. I can't win through plagues after after I talk so much shit about plagues too. Good game though. Oh, bunch of shit there. Tan. So what's the animated broomstick for in that deck? I have to ask. Oh, I got Sif. Alright, Stormy, you're on North America, right? Oh yeah, you said you're not Europe. Okay. I'll switch back to North America and we can play. Oh, I got two more. Wait. Okay. Tan doesn't let me know. Alright, Stormy, so are we playing serious? Are we playing fun decks? What are we doing? It's up to you. This will probably be my last game, so let's make it a fun one. And if it's a fast game, we'll switch over. Okay, Tan, you're sending a picture on Discord. Yeah, that was the only thing. I wasn't sure what that was for. Okay, yeah, no worries, Stormy. Go ahead and send me an invite whenever you're ready. Some of these bundles are just insane, by the way. Like $75 for this shit? You know what's crazy too is these packs. I used to buy these. I've mentioned it before. Like pretty much the only time I ever spend money is like on these $25 bundles, and they used to come with 2 legendaries. Now they cheaped out in this one. All right, what do I want to play? Wheel Warlock? I haven't played that in a while. Sucks Reno Shaman's not that good right now. Let's try Wheel Warlock. I haven't played it in a while. Stormy's going for a serious deck, we'll go for a serious deck. I really should play this deck some more. This is a fun one. Thanks, Tantan. I'll take a look. I think I tossed Fanatum because I want to discover it with Loken. Forge into Dark Alley is nice. I think I'm going to toss the Harp then. Because my hand size will be too low by the time I Dark Alley packed. But yeah, it's funny. I've said it before, but it's funny how many people talk shit about Wheel of Death, including me. You know, you can look at old streams of mine, and I said right off the bat that I thought Wheel of Death was going to be a fun card, but a bad card. And I was still excited to play it because any card that says like win the game, I love it. But yeah, it's actually a decent deck, surprisingly.
Welcome, my devoted chosen.
So we play the animated broomstick
One more death
into the malignant horror. I don't get it. What am I missing there? Oh, okay. Bunch of draw. So this summons an 8. Oh, yeah, Wheel of Death. Infinitum. This could be a coin Wheel of Death. If you're feeling especially ballsy. This card is so good. I feel like this card was slept on for so long. Ooh, oh. Alright, it's looking like a coin wheel, guys.
My blood for the Lich King.
The next turn, we'll probably just tap and chill. Maybe drain soul that. And then a turn after coin wheel. Yeah. If I could hit like Reno or Sargeras, it'd be very nice. If I grab the other Forge, I can double copy Fanatum. Okay. So next turn we just blow our load, guys. What does Death Knight even have to deal with this? Soul Stealer? Okay. Alright, we avoid 3 fatigues. Alright. So we got Symphony to refill. We also avoid some. The only shitty thing here is we have no board clear. Oh no, that's what I was worried about. This is kind of better when we have like Forge backup, right? Let's see what we burn. Alright, the Wrath is nice. Alright, I'm not so sure about this game now. That Soul Stealer was clutch. Oh no. Not like this. No more plagues, please. Oh. And it's going to be close one way or another. Oh, that's actually really bad, because then this deals 6 damage to me now. Yeah, Tan, they're not running the patron combo. Yeah, that's their downfall. So there's only one of each plague still in the deck. Man, me top decking that plague actually really hurt me, because I would have healed instead of taking that 6 damage. Alright, no plague, please. No plague. Oh, God. Oh, next turn, right? I haven't played Wheel in a while. I think at the end of my next turn I win. Unless they just chromatic Necro Explosion my face right now. Actually, technically, if you got me down to 6 and I drew the 3 plagues, I would die. They could, they could shuffle more plagues in the deck too. There is a chance I lose this still to plagues, unfortunately. All right, that's 4 face damage. Oh man, oh man. I draw 2 plagues and I die. If I draw 0 to 1, I win. Come on, guys. No, no. Wow. That was a good game. Shit. That was a really good game. See, like, to me, like, games like that aren't frustrating to lose. Yeah, I don't know. Games that are back and forth and very close, those are fun. But yeah, thanks Stormy for the game. That was a really good one. That was like down to the wire. But that will be it for me. Want to thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, thanks to everyone who played. It was a lot of fun. We'll definitely have to do this again. Now that I know I can switch over to Europe too, that will make things easier. But yeah, next Thursday. So I guess the plan for the next week, right? Monday, I'm going to play duels before it goes away. Thursday, I'm going to play Battlegrounds duos with you guys. Wednesday, I'm not sure yet. So if you guys have any suggestions for like a deck or something you want me to do, go ahead, throw it in the Discord or message me. But yeah, we'll do this again. This is a lot of fun. I want to set up some like fun deck rules sometimes. You know, we talked about it a bit on the Discord, but you know, maybe doing things where yeah, maybe like you have to hero power every turn. You know, you can only have like vanilla minions in your deck. You can only play 1 card per turn, like stuff like that, right? I think that'd be like things you can't do on ladder, basically. So yeah, join the Discord if you haven't already. We'll plan out some more streams like this. It was a lot of fun. Other than that, hope you guys have a great night. Hope you have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll see you on Monday, where I'll play some duels for the last time before it goes away. But yeah, take care, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Me sempre continuar.